Saludos amigos fanáticos, bienvenidos a un episodio más de la TRIBU Podcast. Yo soy Moisés y estoy con mi compañera
Yarlin Erizarry por acá.
Saludos Yarlin, ¿estás bien?
Saludos Moisés, estoy bien, gracias a Dios. ¿Y tú?
Gracias a Dios, gracias a Dios. Y hoy tenemos dos invitados estrellas, The Underdog. Tenemos a Alonzo, Ortiz-Traylor y tenemos a Jeff Early Jr. Aquí estamos con ellos dos. El episodio de hoy va a ser especial. Va a ser un episodio bilingüe, ¿ok? ¿Por qué? Porque aunque tengamos dos jugadores con nombres bastante fuera de lo cotidiano en el mundo puertorriqueño, los dos son nativos.
Sí.
Y uno de ellos pues no sabe mucho español, pero el otro es boricua de aquí, como el coquí, full language wise. Él sabe mucho español, lo único que le da cosita hablar un poquito de...
No, y que es irónico que el que tiene el nombre que parece más americano es el que habla español y el que tiene el apellido más boricua no habla español, así que...
Así que como dijo Yarlin, estaríamos, ¿verdad? Estamos hablando de nuestro amigo, compañero y jugador de los Indios, Jeff Early. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Bien, gracias por tenerme aquí, muy feliz por estar aquí.
Awesome, and how are you feeling, Alonzo?
Can't complain, man. I'm living life and just having fun.
That's awesome. You two guys, people call you, and we also call you the underdogs, right? And there's a reason, and it's because our team lots of times are the underdogs, but you guys are the underdogs under the underdogs, we could say, right? Which is, and we say, you know, in a nice way, because we know you guys give it all on the court for some minutes. Maybe you are not the main players, but you've been working up to it. And that's something we want to talk about today, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with the first question. Yarlin, you're going to open up. Adelante.
Yeah, we want to know about your history on basketball, like when you started and how you see yourself on the future.
You want to go OG or you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go in English.
Me go? Okay. When I started when I was, I believe, 4 or 5 years old. I started in the backyard in Paterson, New Jersey with my father. He put the basketball in my hands, and ever since then, like my mother, she's been putting me through AAU, and I've just been traveling the world playing basketball for as long as I can remember.
Good. And you, Jeff?
No, pues para mí empecé a los 5 años también. Obviamente nací en Nueva York, pero me mudé a Puerto Rico cuando tenía 1 añito y empecé a jugar a los 5 con mi papá y haciendo torneitos por ahí, y a los 10 años me mudé para Estados Unidos y seguí con el baloncesto y ha llegado hasta aquí con el baloncesto.
Durísimo. ¿En qué parte de PR te criaste?
Pues mira, yo nací en Nueva York, en Brooklyn, y a los 1 año mi mamá mudó a mí, mis 2 hermanitos, a Río Piedra, que se llama 2 edificios que se llaman Crisantemo 1 y Crisantemo 2. Obviamente mucha gente no conoce de eso porque hace mucho tiempo, pero tumbaron los edificios porque estaba un poco malito ahí, y de ahí mi papá llegó y nos mudamos a Estados Unidos cuando tenía 11 años.
Durísimo. So, we want to talk about the family background on sports, right? So I'm going to start with Alonzo. Who has a background in sports? Were you the first one? Who inspired you to start doing what you're doing?
I'm the first one for basketball. My father played a lot of high school football.
Okay.
And my mother wasn't really an athlete herself. She kind of stayed in the books. But
What position did your father play?
wide receiver and cornerback.
So that explains why you're kind of fast.
Kind of. It explains like where I get that craziness too from.
That's awesome. And you grew up with both of them?
Yeah, I grew up with both of them.
Awesome. So the Ortiz is from your dad's side?
My Ortiz is from my mom's side.
Oh, so you switched it up.
Yeah, in the States they have the father's last name as the last one.
Oh,
Instead
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a nice story. Because we're used to like having the father's last name as the first one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then we have the mother's as the second one. So you was telling, because I already knew that, but I wanted people to know, like, because we do the Mother's Day thing too.
Yeah.
So that's a reason. So you have both last names.
Yeah, I chose to put both last names because that's just who I am. Like I'm an Ortiz-Traylor. I'm not just one. I'm both of them, and that's how I represent them.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
And you, Jeff?
Pues mi apellido es Early, pero es de mi papá. El apellido de mi mamá es Sostre, pero como Alonzo dijo, en Estados Unidos usamos el apellido de tu papá primero y por eso soy Early. Y pues nada, eso es lo que uso early, pero también sostre.
¿Y tu papá jugó baloncesto? ¿Algún
Pues
familiar?
sí, mi papá era un boxeador por muchos años. Cuando
bueno.
vino a Puerto Rico, hasta Tito Trinidad, estaba haciendo un par de entrenamiento con él. Y yo cuando era chiquito me metí ahí a boxear un poquito, pero él jugaba más baloncesto y yo pues me encantaba baloncesto, también jugaba fútbol. Tenía una oportunidad de hacer buen dinero jugando fútbol, pero no era mi pasión, no era baloncesto y pensaba que con el baloncesto le iba a poner más motivación y trabajar más en mi juego y por eso decidí baloncesto.
Y también jugaba wide receiver.
Sí, yo era el wide receiver número 2 en el estado de Virginia en 2008 y tenía scholarship a Tennessee, West Virginia. Y pues nada, me pasó un par de cosas ahí en high school que tenía que coger otra carretera y decidí quedarme con baloncesto. Pero en fútbol tenía una más gran oportunidad de llegar más lejos que donde llegué en baloncesto.
So eso explica que ustedes dos, you both are really fast and agile players. And it has a lot to do. Did you play any other sports when growing up or only basketball?
Nah, only basketball. You know, I sometimes played American football with my cousins because they played it, but basketball.
Yeah, and coming from the US, it's a normal.
Yeah, it's a normal thing.
It's one of my favorite sports, by the way. So yeah, I love football.
Who's your favorite team then?
The New England Patriots are my favorite team.
Oh man, nah, I can't hate on that. That's
I like them and the 49ers, but the New England Patriots are my team. I love Tom Brady. He's the GOAT.
For sure.
I knew about football when I was living in Miami.
Oh, word.
But the kids that lived there, they taught me football.
Mhm.
They hated the Dolphins because they sucked. So they told me, nah, Tom Brady's the guy.
Yeah.
So that's why I grew up loving
nice.
the Patriots. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, it's because I'm like, nah. I learned football in Miami, and that's how I grew up. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Brady. I cried a lot. I laughed a lot. I celebrated. You know, part of it. But
Of course.
I'm not here to talk about me. I want to know more about you guys. So tell me of a few interesting facts. I want to know we want to know a few interesting facts about you guys. If you weren't like a basketball player, what you would be doing, and also what other talents do you guys have besides being a dancer like Alonzo in the court?
You want to?
You can go ahead. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Other sport, probably the baseball or football. Like that's where I lean to a lot. Like, cause I used to do a lot of baseball with my father in the front of the house, so that was kind of a sport I got into. Football, just because I would want to, follow in his footsteps in that situation. Go ahead.
Did he get to play pro?
No, he stopped after high school. Just a lot of stuff happened around, so he just had to stop and do his own thing, take care of everything. But yeah.
What about you, Early? Dime a ver qué talento.
Para mí yo pienso que fútbol, obviamente, si no juega baloncesto y afuera de deporte, pues, no sé, tener una compañía de trucks, porque me gusta conducir mucho. En Estados Unidos, 5 horas no es lejos.
Sí.
Y pues nada, coger un negocio de truck y ganarme mi chavito así, pero fútbol o eso. Pero gracias a Dios que baloncesto es lo mejor que puede hacer.
Qué duro.
Alonzo, we want to know when was the first time you came to Puerto Rico, like when you got drafted, or did you came before that?
The first time I came here, I think I was 11 or 12, and I came to visit my uncle. He lives in Cagua, so going back over there and being able to see like where I originally came here when I first came here, it was a beautiful moment to see.
You got drafted on 2021, right?
22.
22.
Yeah.
Well, with Los Mets.
Yes, the Mets took our number.
Y tú, Jeff, cuando viniste a Puerto Rico, dijiste que te criaste ¿verdad? En Estados Unidos y después viniste a Puerto Rico. ¿Cuándo fue que volviste otra vez a Puerto Rico y te quedaste acá para el baloncesto?
Sí, pues no volví a Puerto Rico hasta que me cogieron en el draft, que fue San Germán, en el 2013, 2014, si no me equivoco. Esa fue la primera vez que regresé a Puerto Rico. Y sí, ahí con San Germán fue el equipo que me drafteó.
¿Y cuáles son los equipos en los cuales has participado aquí en el BCN?
Pues con San Germán, pero duré 1 mes, 2 meses, tenían un poco de de dificultar con el dinero y pues dejar un par de jugadores libres y cogí esa oportunidad de regresar a la universidad porque me fui temprano para jugar en Puerto Rico y de ahí me fui a Santurce 2 años. Obviamente estaba en un equipo con muchos caballos como Mike Rosario, Mojica, Carlos Arroyo, Mike Hamilton.
¿Tú jugaste con Carlos Arroyo?
Sí, 2 años.
Wow.
Qué duro.
Muy buena persona. Y nada, de ahí decidí no regresar a Puerto Rico por 3 años porque se estaba haciendo muy difícil para coger contratos en otros países porque como no jugaba, no tenía minutos, pues otros países no me querían dar esa oportunidad y pues decidí coger un break de Puerto Rico 3 años para establecerme en otras ligas. Y gracias a Dios que eso funcionó y de ahí recibí la llamada de Fajardo en la burbuja y de Fajardo la próxima temporada no regresé y de ahí fui a Guaynabo y desde Guaynabo pues cada año ha regresado de regreso.
Qué duro. Qué duro. What about you, Alonzo? When you got drafted, like, what's the process to play here, to play pro in Puerto Rico? Because there's now the Liga Puertorriqueña, which is like a minor league, and some players get drafted from there. They try to come up here. They use that as I call it as a
Trampoline.
trampoline.
Trampoline,
You know,
yeah.
to jump here, which has happened with a few players. Like one of our guys, Jorge Eliel, he played in La Liga Puertorriqueña. He also played in Nicaragua with Owen, but you know he jumped here locally. He did that. And other players that we've drafted too, that currently are not with the team. So how in that process, like how did it happen to you both? Like how do you get here? Like how do you know about the league here? Everything. Like I want to know the details.
For me, it came during the I'm gonna say the summer of 2020. So the COVID summer, I believe I was on Twitter, and I had gotten introduced to a guy, Rafael Oterio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. I don't want to butcher it, but he kind of got me started when it came to just the process of everything. Told me I had the techniques and the frame to be a professional basketball player, and he wanted to introduce me to this. So he just asked for birth certificates and everything, and we did the paperwork to get here.
Awesome. What about you, Jeff?
Pues no, pues para mí como jugué División 1, pues ya tenía un par de gente que conocía que era puertorriqueño, pero en verdad el que me llamó fue Javi González, el papá de Javi González fue el que me encontró primero.
Nice.
Y fui a un campamento en Florida como un showcase para que otros países te vean y el papá de Javi González estaba ahí. Y nada, me agarró y me dijo que le gustó mi juego y como era puertorriqueño que él me podía ayudar a coger selección en el draft. Y eso es lo que pasó. Un par de semanas me llamaron y él me dijo que me puso en el draft y ahí me cogió San Germán.
Qué duro.
Nice.
Qué duro.
Mind if I also want to shout out my man, Karen Hamilton. He played here in Arecibo a couple of years ago too, but he also helped me through the process of being able to get through and just showing me the ropes, introducing me to people, stuff like that.
You
Awesome.
said Kevin Hamilton?
Kieran, his brother.
Okay.
Karen.
Yeah, because Kevin Hamilton played with us.
Yep.
Maya West.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we want to do a podcast with you, Kevin.
yeah. So we want to know which was your favorite player like growing up. Like who is your inspiration to play basketball?
Mine is Michael Jordan, and then obviously Kobe Bryant is my all-time favorite. Obviously, I think Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are kind of the same player, but those are the two guys that I look up to since I was little.
The all-time favorite is Kobe.
Kobe.
There's nothing that beats that mindset. Nothing that beats who he is. So, yeah, my all-time is Kobe.
Okay. Yeah. If I were a player, my favorite player would be. I'm not gonna say.
And have you met like any famous player, like basketball player?
I had the privilege of meeting Stephon Marbury before. Like other than the guys that we played in the league, like Lance Stevenson and stuff like that. But I've met like Stephon. I met him when I was a kid. So
Okay.
that was a cool experience.
Yeah, I met a couple players. I met Shaq in Las Vegas. You know, he was just walking around. Kyrie Irving at Summer League. My cousin Clay Anthony Early got drafted to New York Knicks, so they had summer league going on. He invited me out with them, and I got to see Kyrie Irving's, 2 Holloways, a lot of guys there. So super cool at that age to see some of them NBA guys. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's crazy, man. That's awesome. That's so awesome, man. So let's talk a bit about your experience here in the island. Like, what's something that you really like about this island in general and the West Side? Because there's a reason why we asked this question. A lot of people talk a lot of stuff about the West Side, and they're like, "Oh, the Metro's better," because it kind of has they have their benefits. But I'm like, hey, calm down. Like, we also have our benefits. I think we're more relaxed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and we also have like party and stuff going on. But I think the West Side is a bit more beautiful than the rest of the island. But I wanted to know you guys' experience, like coming. You grew up here. You didn't grow up here, so I want to see the contrast of that part. Starting with you, Alonzo.
I mean, I'm more of a very like mellowed out person. So just being over here, like, yeah, the East Side was cool and everything, being around all the people and all of this experiences and everything. But like you said, it's just a lot more peaceful and it's a lot more natural out here, especially on this West Side. Like, you're able to see and enjoy a lot more of the beaches without being, hounded with the traffic and the cars here and there. But just being able to sit outside sometimes.
The craziness.
Like that crazy atmosphere and that city-like mentality. I get enough of that in New York. So it's like when I come here to the West Side, peaceful, calm, a lot more relaxing.
Awesome. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of like what Alonzo said. We both played in Guaynabo, and it was, like an active city as far as, like things that you can do. But I feel like Maya West is a lot better as far as like you get to experience more what Puerto Rico kind of looks like. I feel like in San Juan, it's more of tourists, a lot of things that tourists would like to do. And here in Maya West, you get to actually see the nature and just see the beautiful views, the mountains and stuff that Maya West offer. And I feel like as a basketball player, it's also good to be at a place like this. It kind of keeps you more focused on basketball. I feel like in San Juan, sometimes you can get distracted with the nightlife and kind of mix that up with the basketball. And that's why I love Maya West. It's kind of like you can focus, but you can still enjoy the beautiful vieus and the same thing San Juan brings.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is facts for sure. That is facts for sure. Tiene una preguntita.
Yeah, Jeff, quisiera preguntarte de qué piensas del comienzo de temporada. Como que, ¿cómo ves a los Indios ahora mismo? Estamos segundos en nuestra sección. ¿Cómo piensas que ha empezado esta temporada para nosotros?
Pues para mí estoy muy contento por el arranque que teníamos. Obviamente ayer teníamos un juego que podíamos ganar, pero yo creo que la liga está muy, muy competitiva. Yo creo que cada equipo puede ganar cualquier día y para estar segundo en la sección de nosotros, pues no podemos pedir más. Obviamente antes de la temporada que empezó los teníamos, no sé, 9 o 8 en la tabla. Y pues comenzamos bien, yo creo que nos vamos a seguir mejorando. Obviamente tenemos a Cabo Viñales aquí desde el principio, tenemos a Milton y yo creo que poco a poco todos los jugadores están conociendo el rol de ellos. Y Cristian Demás está haciendo un gran trabajo con nosotros, quedando enfocado y defender duro y darnos la confianza que podemos ser un gran equipo, como él dice.
Sí. Alonzo, what do you think about like our start from this season? Like we are second on our section, so what do you think about that?
I think it's a great start from what we had from last year, and obviously the year before that there was a little bit of a struggle, but I believe, like you said, Christian keeps us focused and eyes on the prize. At the end of the day, everything's about a championship. Love when you win, hate when you lose, but at the end of the day, we got to keep moving. So we're in a good position right now in second place, but we can always get better.
Last night we had a rough game against Manatee, and I wanted to ask you, as players, how do you manage? How does that locker room look when you guys this season, these Indios? How is the locker room feeling? Like, are you guys like bummed out, or you just looking like you take it as motivation for the next game? Be like, hey, that's fine. We lost this, but hey, we're starting still. We gotta get the next one. Of course, I always say in the podcast, nobody plays to lose.
Yeah.
So like you give your all. in the court, and we've seen that for sure. Even blood, like we saw Jorge Matos bleeding against Bayamon, I think it was.
Yeah.
So like, how do you guys, as individuals and as a team, face that locker room when you lose? I want to know that part.
I mean, every L or loss isn't really a loss. It's just a lesson learned, and that's just how we move through it. You know, Christian keeps our spirits up, and he continues to tell us, you know, okay, we lost this one. We can't do nothing about this one now. Game's over. Clock ran out. Time's up. Move on to the next one.
Okay.
We just can't lose 2 in a row. That's our main goal. Never lose 2 in a row. And, you know, we just got to keep pushing.
That's a bar though. L is not for losing. It's not for losing. It's not for a loss.
Yeah.
It's for a lesson.
Sure.
That's a bar, bro. That's awesome.
I mean, I think every loss is a little different. I think that's kind of when you figure out what type of team you have, because everything goes good when we're winning, but it's when you're losing on how you get that team chemistry. So I think Christian's done a good job to kind of keeping us focused and just letting us know not to get too comfortable, no matter what the score is or what the record is. We always want to win every game. And I feel like yesterday, you know, you could tell a little bit of the different of a team that was, you know, 4-6 and a team that's 6-4. You know, they wanted it a little bit more than us. I feel like we got a little too comfortable in the beginning. And we will learn from that. Like he said, it's better to have these things happen now in the beginning of the season than towards the end when it really matters. So I think it's every loss is also a great lesson for us.
Jeff, we want to know, because you are starting now as a main player for the team. How does that feel, like being on the starting 5?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, just for Christian to have that confidence in me to put me as one of the starters. Last year I was a starter for most of the season until Kyle Vinales got here, so I kind of, you know, have a little bit of you know, recognition with that. But it's amazing. I mean, I just go out there and give my all for however minutes that is. And I just want to help this team win. And not only playing for myself, but playing for a community like Maya West. It's the most important part for me. So just being able to share that court and put that jersey on every day means a lot.
Great.
And it's a community that loves you. They love you both.
That. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, but you both have earned that love.
Yeah,
Obviously, nobody gets love just because. You gotta earn it.
Sure.
And you both have done it. What happened? What has been the process for you both to get to that point where you feel comfortable coming off a bench, giving your, you know, putting out your points? Because it's easy to talk to starters and be like, you know, you're a starter, let's go. But I've spoken with you personally, and you're like, hey, a day at a time, you know, one day at a time. So I want to know, like, what's your mindset? And what advice you can give to some guys that are trying to come up and they're a little bit bummed because they're not in the starting 5. I'm like, yo, you just got here, like, you know, step by step.
I feel like, you know, people that have that type of mindset, like, I feel like I need to be in the starting 5. I feel like I need to be out there. That's an ego that everyone has, like, especially as some, you know, athletes. We always have that weird, I guess you would call it weird ego when you look at it from an outside standpoint, where it's like we feel like we're the best and we feel like we deserve it. But at the end of the day, you just got to know your role. You know your role on the team. If you have a bunch of scorers, you have to figure out what's going to separate you, whether that's defense, shooting, you know, just the little stuff. If you're great at steals, all right, well, we're going to use him for being in the passing lane if they're getting too many assists. If there's too many people in crowding the paint and he's great at blocks, we're going to have to use him. So, you know your role, you figure it out. You look to see what's missing out there on the court, and you just go out there and do your job.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, we want to know, like, how has been the experience playing for Maya West in comparison to Los Mets? Like, how can you compare?
I mean, like I said, I have a good heart for Mets and Maya West, because Mets was kind of the first team who kind of gave me that playing time. They kind of opened my opportunity for other teams to reach out. But yeah, Maya West, I just, you know, feel more involved, not only on the court, but with the community. I feel like in Guaynabo, you had your couple, like, fans that loved you, but it wasn't the same as Maya West. You can just feel everybody has that love for you, and they appreciate what you bring to the court, and I respect that. So I think that's the difference between the Guaynabo and Maya West. You just feel the love outside of basketball more than, I felt it over there. So.
Yeah. How about you, Alonzo?
So no, definitely the love from the fans and from everybody, even including in the organization, for myself, personally, but also just a lot more competitive. When I step out onto that practice floor, not even just the game floor, I step out onto the practice floor and I know I have to see him. Here we go. It's day 83 for me, like going up against Jeff Early just to keep competing. But that's what keeps us in shape. That's what keeps us better. That's why you look at us on the floor, a lot of us don't look as tired because we go through this every single day.
Were your friends back? Sorry.
My bad. How long have you been in the league? 11 years?
I want to say 8 years, but 11, but 8 because I left for
Exactly,
3
because
years.
of the
It
other
would've
years
been
you left?
11, yeah, but 8 years, yeah.
And you've been here for 2.
3.
3.
This is my 3rd right now.
I thought you were here for longer, bro. Because your mindset has been a really mature mindset.
I appreciate it.
Since I met you last year in Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Remember that when we went to Florida to play against Humacao when they had the team and the other teams for the event we did over there. And I was like, I have never seen this guy ever in the league, But I'm like, I like his mindset though. And seeing you having 8 points in 11 minutes, last game against Bayamon, and then having quality minutes yesterday too. I mean, 3 fouls in 3 minutes, which is something we spoke about last podcast, and we're not going to talk about it again. But a lot of people are going to comment about that though, so don't worry about it. They got you.
All good.
But yeah, so I feel like it's awesome. I like what I'm seeing. We have a fast team, and you both are a really big part of that. We also saw you in the first few games. There was a game where Dalmau said in the locker room, if it weren't for the bench, we would have lost this game. I think it was the Santurce game. And you both have a lot to do with that.
Appreciate that.
So was it tough? Has it been tough for you guys throughout coming up? I want to know a bit more about your story because you've been here 8 years and you told us like teams you played at. It sounds like you didn't have a lot of playing time.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, it's been a very tough journey when it comes to playing in this league. There's so many great players in this league, so many big names that it's hard to establish yourself, to get that trust from other teams and coaches and to let them know that you can play at that level. But I just never gave up, man. I just kept grinding, and every opportunity that I got, I made the best out of it. And I feel like now I'm at a good place where the owners and the team and the fans believe in me and know what I can bring. It's some nights are tougher than others. Obviously, I think that even if you're a starter or a bench player, you want to play as many minutes as you can. But the most important part is just knowing your role and knowing what that team needs from you. Maybe if you go to another team, your role might be completely different. You might get more minutes, you might get less minutes. But the most important part is just being around great people. And that's what I'm right now. Our team, all the guys, coaching staff, they're great people. And that makes it easy. Games that you don't play as many minutes as you want or you don't play as good as you want. So yeah, it's just been trying to stay positive and just not giving up, knowing that what I can bring to the table. And I think that's kind of been the hardest process of being in this league, establishing yourself.
When I asked you that question, your wife's face spoke a lot. So knowing that you grew up, you grew from that, you've grown from that, has been it's really inspiring, bro. And I'm really proud of that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I take that to heart. I learn a lot about the players. That's how we try to apply everything. That's how I apply like mindset to my team when we're doing what we do. So what about you, Alonzo?
I mean, it's only my 3rd year out here, so it's calm. I mean, Christian gave me the opportunity last year. You guys saw a little bit of spurts here and there. I'm getting a lot more comfortable underneath the coaching system, just the guys that I'm around, and even just being around the players. They're a lot more comfortable with me. I'm a lot more comfortable with them. So it's just a process, and whether it's year 3, that's my so-called breakout year, or if it's year 8, I'm willing to work my way until things can look great, not only team-wise but personal-wise as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. From outside, we see like you get along too much. Like you get along well. So we want to know if you were friends back when you were on Guaynabo, right before being exchanged to Maya West, or did you get more along here?
No, we've been close since we met in Guaynabo.
Okay.
You know, he was a young guy coming in. You know, I got to know him a little bit and saw his work ethic and saw how much work he put in his game. And you know, I just kind of came along and just wanted to guide him through certain things that I learned in the league, and you know, kind of let him know that the process is long. You know, you might not play as much as you feel like you should, but just know that if you just believe in yourself and be patient, which is very important in this league, it's just to be patient for your opportunity. We became close, and you know, we work out together outside of practice as far as coming in early and getting shots up, and just kind of being a guy for him, kind of like Carlos Arroyo was for me, and Santurce, just sitting down days that I was feeling a certain way for not playing, and just explained to me that it's a process. And yeah, that's what I did for Alonzo, and just got lucky that we just end up both getting traded with Kyle to the same team. So it's been a good 3 years.
By the way, we won that trade. Nobody would have.
Yeah,
Nobody.
yeah.
No, but no. Doesn't matter what people say. We won that trade. You know, I've been telling people, I'm like, man, y'all talking because you don't know the guys we got.
Yeah.
You don't know them. You know,
Sure.
but let it. You know.
Yeah,
Let it develop.
Exactly. Let it develop. Just let it. I say, like, when you plant a seed, just let it pass through
Yeah,
through its
exactly.
process, right?
For sure.
How has it been? How do you describe playing for Coach Dalmau? I know the practices are intense, and I see you both. I mean, that's a reason why we have a fast, young, uncomfortable team. So, how do you describe it?
It's insane. No. I'll be for real. No, it's a system that I feel like I'm comfortable to. I'm always in the mood for some type of competition, and that's what he continuously makes practice for us. Continuously makes it like, the guy in front of you is your competition for today. You want to play, you're gonna have to go up against him. Say no more. So if I have to go up against Matos, or Jorge Matos, I have to go up against Jeff Early, Georgie Pacheco, Jordan Central. It don't matter. It's just he puts us out there in positions to where we have to face each other every single day, and it's a beautiful process, I think, for everybody.
Do you think I'm talking about what I see.
Mhm.
I see he sees everybody the same. There's no stars in his like view.
Mhm.
Like, do you guys agree with that, or do you have any experience about that? Like, because sometimes our fans, they think that, he spoke to a player this way. I mean, you were working with him every single day with your family. Like, my mom or my sister, sometimes she would not say something the right way to me. But I'm like, I think that's part of his philosophy of like everybody has the same role, the same, the same weight in the team. Nobody has bigger or smaller weight. Doesn't matter your name, doesn't matter like the position you play. You gotta fight.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something like, am I being right there, or do you agree with that, or really like you have other stuff you can add to it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with it. I think it's very important the way he views certain players, not only about their name, but about their game. In my experiences in Puerto Rico and the league, there's been a lot of times where that person's name is bigger than yours, they automatic in front of you. You know? So it doesn't really matter the talent at the time. It's all about the name. And with Christian, he's done a great job with just making sure people know that he looks at all of us the same. Prime example, last year, when Yared came to the team, we ended up trading him to I believe Ponce.
Yeah, no.
Humacao, and
yeah,
then he went to
Humacao.
Ponce, and a lot of coaches wouldn't do that. He gave me the opportunity because I was putting in the work, and he believed in me, and I feel like a lot of coaches in Puerto Rico wouldn't do that, so I respect that about him. And I respect how he looks at all of us the same. And as far as how he talks to certain people, I mean, he's just keeping it real. I mean, if you know him as a player, the same way he's as a coach, he was as a player. So you have to respect that. And at the end of the day, you're gonna like some things he say. You're not gonna like some things he say. But at the end of the day, that's why we are as good as we are now, because of that pressure and that hard dedication he puts, and we appreciate it. Some people are for him and some people are not, and it's why he has everybody who is for him, who's gonna believe in his system, and not only on the court, he's also make sure you're professional off the court, which is I think separates him from a lot of coaches.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we've seen that with, like, for example, Matthew Lee.
Yeah.
Él está jugando.
Jonet
with,
Walker.
And Jonet Walker too.
Yeah.
You both. The
Exactly.
same thing. And we're seeing it with a few guys coming up. We saw it when I think we're gonna see it soon with some of the rookies too, like Jeffrey when he did that alley-oop.
Sure.
Sick alley-oop.
Big.
Crazy.
Big duck.
and we've seen Benjamin Colon too. Like, everybody has playing time. Everybody. So that's something that we like to talk about, because a lot of fans, like we said, I'm gonna say in Spanish, habla mucha ñoña. Sometimes, they talk a lot of smack, and sometimes they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So we want to, like, dig into it a little bit,
For sure.
because we know that the experience in the court, and training and everything, you're a family, so it's different.
I think people forget, like, he's a champion as a player.
Oh yeah.
So he knows how to talk to his teammates.
Yep.
Like, that's how we really see him. Like, yeah, we see him as coach, but the way he talks to us is like we're his teammates. So he's gonna push us to be championship like people. So it's like, yeah, you can like what he says, but at the end of the day, he knows what he's talking about. So it's either you follow suit or you're gonna get left behind with us, because a lot of us are just gonna follow what he got.
That's crazy. That's nice.
So we want to know also, like, how what's your most important achievement so far on your career?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's just being able to establish myself in this league. Like I said, it's been very up and down. I'm just trying to, establish myself in this league. When I say establish, it's like having like a 2-year extension, having a year extension where, once you finish the season, you've done the work, where next season you get to come back. For the first 5-6 years, it was always 1-year deals. And then finally, when I got to going out, when I got that 2-year extension, it felt good just to establish. Now I feel established as far as, like, other teams know what I can bring to the table. And that's probably one of my biggest things for me, is not give up and come back to Puerto Rico and try it one more time, and finally able to play in my hometown and enjoy the culture and just play basketball. So that's kind of like my biggest achievement, honestly.
Great.
So I wanna dig in a little bit to you guys personally. I want to know, personally, but on the court. So you, Jeff, you're 35, right?
Yeah.
Tienes 35 años, eres bien energético. En la cancha, ¿sabes? Ya eres, pues, 8 años, podemos decir, en BSN, que es bastante...
Veterano.
Yo diría que todavía no full veterano. Yo digo que es como que peak. Ahí comenzando a entrar a la veteranía. ¿Cómo tú lo logras?
Pues en verdad, no sé, es mental y las ganas. A mí me encanta el baloncesto y esta liga es una de las ligas más grandes del mundo y nada, siempre me quedo enfocado y siempre voy a la cancha pensando que puedo lograr lo que quiero y pues eso me motiva a seguir dando el 100% que le doy todos los días y así es.
Duro, muy duro. Y tú en el off-season, ¿tú le metes igual?
Sí, yo entreno en el off-season. El primer mes, cojo ese mes para visitar a la familia. Tengo un hijo que vive en Chicago y entreno con un par de coaches que tengo ahí en Chicago. Después me voy a Luxembourg, que es donde mi esposa vive, y ahí también tengo un par de entrenamientos que hago ahí. Y con eso me mantiene a seguir mejorando y poniendo mi cuerpo a ese nivel, a poder salir cada juego y jugar la defensa y con la energía que juego.
By the way, I'm gonna say this in English so she can understand. I want to congratulate you both for getting married.
Thank you.
That happened in December 22nd, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Now, I'm a really pro marriage guy.
Nice.
Not everybody does that. So I'm proud of that, and I'm glad that you guys did it. I hope you enjoy your marriage and that you have, a beautiful, beautiful, loving life.
I appreciate it. She's
together.
definitely my motivation, though. I mean, you have no idea how good it feels to come home sometimes, feeling like I should have done this or could have done this, and just having that person to kind of give you that confidence and let you know that everything's going to be okay. She's been very, very supportive with everything when it comes to my basketball career. So
Awesome. That is so awesome. And she came from where?
She came from a small country in called Luxembourg, which is right next to Germany, between Germany and France, about a 10-hour flight. So yeah,
Cortito, viaje cortito, a short trip.
Yeah,
It's a little short trip.
she's been traveling for me for the past 6 years. Mexico, Portugal. I mean, every country I've been, she takes 3 or 4 months out of her personal time and come visit me. And I knew she was special then, and that's why she's my wife now.
That's
Hey, that is so
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's the definition of a supportive wife. Yeah.
Ya saben cómo la conquistó. You know how he got her.
Ya tú sabes.
That Riz, bro. That is so awesome. Jarlene has a question for you, Alonzo. A question that a lot of people that stay after the games want to know.
Yeah, like we have seen you like staying on court, shooting and playing with kids. Like, why you do it?
Why?
Or how does it feel like being there, like playing with kids and enjoying after games with them?
I mean, I can answer the why. The why is it's something that I would have wanted. You know, if I'm going to see a professional game, I would want the opportunity to go on the court and see what it's like. And then, you know, to go out there and have them rebound for me and everything, it's a beautiful experience. And I have to stay ready. You know, you never know when your opportunity is going to come and when your number is going to be called. So always stay ready and stay prepared. So I just go out there, shoot, and then let them have their fun at the end, you know. They're not just out there rebounding for me. That ain't right. Why not have a little 10 minutes to yourself, shoot around and everything?
It's a really lovely scene, like being like seeing you there, like with kids.
Yeah, for sure. It's really nice, and you know you inspire them. And it's in the last podcast we spoke about the culture that Maya West has been building.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys saw the videos on social media of the kids chanting Indios, Indios.
We did.
Which is like I said, you know, Kadi got really emotional about it when we spoke about that through text.
Mm-hmm.
And he you know, and that's part of the mission that we had for Indios. So what you're doing is it's also part of that too. Like it brings more to the table of who our team is and our identity as a team. So I'm thankful for that you're doing that. And
yeah, shout out to Franklin and you know, Caddy, man. They've been doing a great job when it comes to everything they're doing for us. And you know, we just want y'all to know we appreciate y'all, honestly.
We have the best administration of all teams.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. Yo no, en esa parte yo no lo dudo, nunca lo he dudado. La administración de nosotros lo ha dado duro. Está trabajando duro. Y la gente no conoce muchas cosas que pasan behind the scenes.
Mira, en verdad, en otros países tú nunca ves eso, el dueño y el dirigente o esas personas fuera de baloncesto. You know, con Cari tú lo ves en el gimnasio trabajando, Franklin también, por arriba, por abajo. Y en otros países tú nunca ves el dueño. Nunca ves los dueños así. Creo que es muy especial los dueños que tenemos en este equipo.
So, I want to have Yarlene's going to have a few more questions that we want to know about you, and then we'll be almost done.
Yeah, like Alonzo, have you considered like playing on other leagues like off season?
I definitely have considered it. You know, my luck just didn't pan out this past off season. Panned out my first year. Went to Nicaragua. That's actually where I saw Owen for the first time.
Okay.
Like fully got to play up against
Nice.
Big old Paris. But yeah, no, my luck just wasn't in the cards this past off season. So ended up going home. I did coaching for my old high school. Shout out McClancy High School boys. They actually just varsity team just won a chip. So shout out to you guys.
Hey, congrats.
But yeah, I went over there. I coached the JV team. Had my little fun with them. Taught them, you know, the ins and outs of basketball, I guess you could say, other than just being out there on the court, trying to teach them how to be professionally at a young age. And yeah, no, I have considered, you know, trying to go over. So hopefully something happens this off season. If not, you live and you learn.
Keep grinding.
Yep, keep grinding.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys a question, which is something that I value a lot. You know, basketball is a beautiful thing, but I'm more of a legacy guy in every single aspect of it, like personal wise. You know, I love that, and I want to know how. This question is for both of you. So, how would you like to be remembered after retiring, which means you're not like dead or anything. It means like you retired from basketball. So I want to know, how do you want people to see, like, how do you want to be remembered after retiring?
I mean, for me, it's just a person who, you know, kept chasing his dream, no matter how difficult things got. You know, you're gonna have up and downs in life, but for me, it's just letting the younger generation know that even when you hit a roadblock, you know, you can get over that with just being patient and believing in God. And you know, that's just what I want to leave, just giving people to know that anything's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. I actually just got inducted into, or I'm gonna get inducted into my high school Hall of Fame in September this year.
Let's go.
Yeah, just found that out. So, you know, and I mean, if I'm able to do it, I promise you can do it. Just believe in God and believe in yourself. But as far as the legacy, that's all. Just want to just give people to not give up and just do things bigger, even if they look too big. Just try it. And I mean, I'm good with that right there.
Legacy wise, I guess I would say just being known for being myself.
Okay.
Like I'm an ordinary person just like everybody else. So if I can consistently just show that, you know, especially off the court, that it doesn't matter what you see me as. You can see me as this God-like figure, or like this, oh, he's a professional, he's so cool. But nah, I'm myself. I'm me. So if I can just be seen as me throughout my entire career and entire legacy, I think that's the most beautiful action.
That is awesome.
Yeah, like if you would have the opportunity to give a message to those kids that wanted to be like you, like see you as a role model, to as a basketball player, like which message would you give them?
Yeah, I mean, just be patient and just know that God got you at the end of the day. Believe, like if you don't believe in yourself, nothing that you try to do will work. Life is it's a beautiful thing, but also can be a hard thing to do. So for me, your message is to be patient. You know, believe in God, and just believe in your family, and just believe in yourself is the most important part. I think that's the key point, is believe in yourself. For real.
I think I'll just piggyback off of Jeff. You know, to manifest, believe in everything that you're going to do. Like you said, if you don't believe and you don't really trust yourself and your actions, then nothing's going to come to fruition. So whatever you're doing in life, continue to work. If it's not working out for you at the time, either believe it's going to or move on to something else. That's the beauty of the freedom of choice. So you do what you got to do.
That's
Right.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, we had a nice episode. I like that people got to know you guys. I like that they knew a bit of your background. They know your mindset as a player. So I want to end up with this question, which is not in the script or anywhere.
Oh man.
And it's tomorrow we play. Muy probablemente este episodio lo están viendo en el día que vamos a jugar con Ponce, pero como quiera, ¿verdad? Sería la pregunta. Tomorrow we're playing against Ponce. They're right below us. You know, they're trying, you know, everybody's trying to get up there in the table. What mindset do you go out to the court with tomorrow?
Guerrilla, a war. I mean, the fact that we just, you know, let one slip away at home, it's very important for us to go to Ponce and win that game. We know it's going to be very hard. Obviously, we have history with Ponce, playing them last year in the elimination game, so I'm sure they want that game back. So we know it's going to be war, you know, but we lost yesterday, so we have no choice now but to go to Ponce and try to get that win. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I mean, it'll be a tough game, but we're ready.
Personal. That's how I see it. It's personal.
It's personal?
Yeah, it's personal, from certain players who are from there to us. Like you said, we knocked them out in the last season toward the end. So like you said, they're pretty sure that they want their get back. But
which they're playing really good, you know, with Carlito, that's their head coach. You know, I know they lost last night, but it was a tough game at Guaynabo. So, you know, it'll be an even harder game because we both coming from losses, and no one wants to lose 2 in a row. So it definitely will be a good game to watch.
And they in their crib, so that's good. They're home.
They're in their house. Yeah. But also, si ellos nos ganan, estarían a un juego de diferencia de nosotros. Ahora mismo creo que están a 2 juegos de diferencia.
Sí, exacto.
I think so. Last time I saw the standings,
Sí, tenemos dos ganados más que ellos.
2 más ganados que ellos.
Y un perdido menos que ellos.
Correcto. So que pues ellos they won it.
Yeah.
You know, and we also won it. So it's
sure.
like you said, it's gonna be a war.
Yeah,
For sure. And last thing, how have you enjoyed the fan base this season? Seeing the courts pretty filled up. I know the Manatee game was not the way we expected. So tienen que ir a cancha. Esperábamos ver esa cancha más llena. No fueron y volvemos. Sexto hombre en la cancha son ustedes. Ustedes son el sexto hombre en la cancha. Y si ustedes no van, con todo el amor y cariño del mundo, les voy a decir, no se quejen. No se quejen y no peleen. Necesitamos que ustedes vayan a cancha a apoyar a nuestro equipo. Y estábamos invictos en cancha. Y esto es un rant. This is a rant. But it's a needed rant. Okay? And that's the thing. We need to see you in court. We need to see you in the court. Tenemos que verlo a ustedes en la cancha. Así que yo no quiero ver gente a veces comentando y peleando cuando estábamos invictos y teníamos una cancha que no estaba full llena. Pienso que eso también, así como le agradecemos a ustedes que la llenan, también nos toca decirles que tenemos que seguir creciendo en esa parte como fanaticada y lo hemos estado haciendo. So, no lo dejen caer, no la dejen caer. Vamos a seguir metiéndole duro porque esto lo motiva a ellos un montón. All right? So, how have you felt it? Like, how has it been? How has that feeling? What's the feeling when you see that court filled up and people screaming and enjoying the game?
No, super cool. I mean, like you said, they really give us they're that 6 man. For example, like yesterday game when we was kind of started off good, but then we kind of slowed down. You know, with it being a packed house, it makes you want to play good for them fans. You know, so we really appreciate for everyone who has been coming to the game. I think yesterday was probably the least people I've seen, but for the most part, every home game has been packed. I feel like Caddy and Franklin done a great job with the gym, with the sound system and the scoreboard, bringing more flow into the gym. And I think that attracted more fans to come. And I think you guys have been doing a great job also as far as, podcasts and the social medias and everything like that. I mean, it's a team. I think none of this would be possible if everybody wasn't on the same page. So super grateful for the fans and everything everybody else doing. But yeah, we need y'all out there. Y'all our 6 fan, and I think we're gonna have a good season. And we appreciate the people who are supporting us every game.
Oh, sure. I mean, even with the lowest amount of people I think we've seen all year, and yesterday, we still felt the building rumble. Like you could still feel the energy in there. So just even when that gym is packed, and especially the San Germán games, we already know that gets hectic. But we need to see them there. And we're grateful for every amount of fan that walks in, even if it's just one. You know, I feel like we're still grateful that you guys are coming out here and seeing us and being fans to us. And like Jeff said, shout out to you guys for doing the job that you guys have done. It's been a beautiful job, beautiful process, and I just can't, be more grateful to be on the same boat with you guys.
Yeah, no, we're grateful to be in the boat with you guys and having a victorious season for now has been great. We've enjoyed it, and it's gonna keep happening.
Yeah,
it's gonna keep happening. Slumps happen. It's part of it though. But we enjoy being in the top. Yeah. And that we're still in the top. We're in second place in our section, and we're doing really good. Really good. The games have been so
close, like
intense.
So intense. But you enjoy them. You know, it's like a pleasurable heart attack.
Yeah.
That's how I can describe it. So, ¿tienes otra preguntita? ¿Estás bien?
Estoy bien. Agradecerles por estar aquí, ¿verdad? Por sacar el tiempo para venir acá hasta el estudio de Moisés y venir a grabar. Y nada, les deseo mucho éxito en esta temporada. Sé que van a seguir haciendo un trabajo brutal como lo están haciendo y nada, keep grinding.
Gracias. Agradecido.
Anything you guys want to say to our fans? Or y'all good?
Los quiero mucho, en verdad, gracias. Lo que hago en la cancha es para ustedes y para Mayagüez, para el pueblo de Mayagüez. Y nada, agradecido por todo y vamos a seguir adelante.
Keep watching. Keep watching because it's a beautiful thing out here. So, it's only going to get better with these guys. So, please keep watching.
And Christian, we appreciate the opportunity, man.
For sure.
We got this. We appreciate you.
We ain't going to let you down, brother.
That's it. You know, fun fact: the philosophy, the campaign for this year, Somos Uno, we are one.
Yeah.
It came from him.
For sure.
You know, I spoke with him in the off season, and I told him I got nothing for the campaign this year, and he's like, "Don't worry, we're one."
Yeah.
That's the message I give to everybody, not only the Indios, but everybody I coach, and everybody I give an advice to. So it's our name, nuestra campaña de Somos Uno viene directamente de nuestro dirigente. So él está in a way coaching the whole city
For sure. For sure.
with that philosophy.
Yeah, we love it.
So-
we love it.
Well, guys, we're really thankful, súper agradecidos de que ustedes estén aquí con nosotros y que se dieron la tarea de that come throughout the stress. You guys did not know what happened before the behind the scenes. But we got a new set, so it has a lot to do with that in that part. But we enjoyed it. And I'm really grateful to have you guys here. A todos los fanáticos que nos están sintonizando, recuerden el Summer League. No olviden que pueden participar, pueden apuntar a sus niños en el Summer League, pueden buscar la información en las redes sociales de la Academia de los Indios de Mayagüez, ¿ok? Participen, pongan a los muchachos ahí, como siempre me gusta promover, que conozcan a la Academia y sean parte de la cultura que Mayagüez está creando en el deporte del baloncesto y que está transmitiéndose al deporte en la ciudad. So, tampoco olviden seguirnos en las redes sociales. Nos pueden conseguir en todas las plataformas, incluyendo X y Threads. Ahí nos pueden conseguir y ver todos los episodios de nuestro podcast a través de nuestro YouTube. Yo soy Moisés Pastor
Yo soy Yarlin Irizarry.
y este es un episodio más de la Tribu Podcast. Nos vemos en la próxima.